Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, a little bit more football stuff, a little couple, like one news story, just to give y'all a heads up on what's going to go down today. So the NFL Honors was last night. Didn't catch it, just, kind of looked at Twitter. That's kind of where I get my news from. I don't watch the news. I watch Twitter. Twitter's a news source for me. I know, it's not reputable sometimes, but hey, most of the time it is. Like I said in my last video, that's, I don't know if I mentioned it, but that's how I learned about Kobe Bryant's death. I didn't want to believe it. No one else was reporting on it. I was like, man, just Twitter and TMZ, and I was like, But, that happened, So, anyway, we're going to move past, Twitter. So, John Harbaugh won Coach of the Year. Not a big surprise. They had one of the best teams in the AFC. Sadly, didn't make the Super Bowl. Honestly, they were my favorite to go all the way and win it. And they just fell apart against the Titans. I mean, really disappointing to, to lose that close to the promised land, But, I mean, you got to take every opponent like they are, You can't assume every opponent's going to be easy. You can't assume you're just going to skate by one opponent, because that's started the 2011 Giants. No one gave them the light of day. Went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Great Super Bowl. I mean, I don't like the Giants. I'm a Cowboys fan. I hate them. I mean, I don't hate them, but, they're a rival. But, man, you had to root for them. It was David versus Goliath in that Super Bowl. But moving on past that, Lamar Jackson, he wins NFL MVP. Not a surprise to anybody who watches NFL at all. The man can run, juke, throw. Everyone was down his throwing ability, calling him a running back. And, now he's making parallels to Michael Vick. People are comparing him to Michael Vick. Even Michael Vick's like, man, this guy is good. When Michael Vick says that about you, I mean, you're doing something right. I mean, the kid's got nothing but a brighter future ahead. I mean, he'll probably win a couple of Super Bowls. If he doesn't, man, that'll be disappointing. But it's happened before. We've had great quarterbacks who haven't won Super Bowls. Dan Marino, case in point right there. Moving on past that, another news story in the NFL today. So, from what I hear from sources, the Raiders are trying to get Tom Brady. 42-year-old, on his way out, on the decline, Tom Brady. Why? Why are the Raiders going to do that? I mean, probably better than Derek Carr, but I mean, I'm better than Derek Carr. I'm joking. But, Derek Carr, not a great quarterback. He's below average. I wouldn't say he's the worst of worst of the worst. He's like right above the worst. He's below average. But to get Tom Brady, of course, will also be an upgrade. But I mean, how much of an upgrade, really? I mean, you still got to build the team. That's the whole reason Derek Carr is below average. He's got no one around him. You traded away Khalil Mack to the Bears, and he went off. Amari Cooper came to my team, the Cowboys. He went off. He had a sputter year last year, but, he's a good player. Who else? Who do you know that's on the Raiders? There's no big names on the Raiders. Derek Carr, and that's it. And the only reason his name is big is his older brother, David Carr, who was known for being a mediocre quarterback with the Texans for a good amount of years. But, that leads me to this next point. Derek Carr, he might be done in Oakland. And honestly, I couldn't say I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, to me, he kind of seems like he'll be the next Ryan Fitzpatrick. Maybe that's an insult to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Maybe that's an insult to Derek Carr. I don't know. But to me, he seems like he's going to turn into like a journeyman quarterback. He'll be, a backup for this guy. I don't think he'll ever be in the limelight, really, ever. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. John Gruden, he's the $100 million coach, He's got to do something to earn that paycheck. But we shall see about the Raiders, They're going to be the Las Vegas Raiders, no longer in Oakland. Big old stadium down in Las Vegas now. We'll see how that turns out. Next year, whenever the games are going on, I will have a daily, review of the game, Because, that's what I like to do. I like to talk about what I saw in the game, what what happened, who got injured, if anyone got injured, coaching things, stuff like that. But out of football, we're going to move out of football. Another news story I saw on Twitter yesterday was Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was trending, and I was like, oh my God, is he in the hospital? Is he alive? What's going on? Because you can't have a celebrity trending on Twitter without there being a possibility that they're dead, they're injured, they're in the hospital, something happened to the child. It's always something drastic. And it was something drastic. He's still alive, but it turns out apparently he came out as he was being abused by his wife. Obviously that's not that kind of abuse spousal abuse isn't okay in any form of the way, but I mean, it's just crazy, Johnny Depp, one of the most bankable actors of the late 80s, late 90s, 80s to the 90s, early 2000s even, with the Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a great actor, you cannot take Johnny Depp, can't take his acting prowess away from him. Great actor, from what I've heard, he's a great guy, it just sucks to see something like that, someone so popular get, abused. And there's pictures online too. It's crazy. I can't even say all what his wife did to him, or his ex-wife. I can't say everything she did on the channel because I don't want to, air the dirty laundry on my channel because it's not my business. But it's on there. It's on the internet. If you look it up, you can see what she did. And she's done some crazy things. I don't know why Johnny stayed with her. He's rich. Go somewhere else. And he's pretty handsome for his age. He can probably find somebody else. But it was emotional abuse as well, so I don't know if she was gonna, I don't know the whole story. I just know what I know from what I hear. And man, it's just crazy. I'm gonna pray for Johnny Depp, from now on. Hope, he gets, back to the mountaintop. Hopefully he makes some better movies, because last Johnny Depp movie I saw was Mordecai, and oh boy, I wish I'd never seen it. But pray for Johnny Depp, guys. Hopefully, next video I can come back with something happier. But that's all I got for y'all today, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.